Doctor Who, The Troake Incursion, by Deborah Latham.
Jenny? Jen, where are you?
Up here. Just finishing off the guest rooms in case he's able to bring that friend he mentioned.
Okay, I'll just be outside the front door, alright? Got some over-enthusiastic hedgerows that need trimming back.
Okay.
Again?
Yes, Terry, I really can't take much more of this. We've got to get away from here.
Sorry, love, but I'm not running away from this, whatever it is. Look, we'll wait for JB to get here and hope he brings his friend. Hopefully they can find out what's going on.
They better had, Terry. Because if they don't, I've told you, you can stay here and be stubborn if you want, but you're going to be doing it on your own.
I'm never going to get this confounded thing working if you keep interrupting me like this. Now kindly do me the favour of going away and let me getting on with it.
Morning, Miss Grant. Is the doctor about?
Yes, he is.
What's the problem?
He's still not getting anywhere, trying to get that wretched dematerialization circuit to work.
I'm going on leave tomorrow, and I was hoping I could persuade the doc to come with me. I've got a friend who says there's something odd going on where he works. Doctor type odd, I mean.
Doctor?
Joe, I thought I told you. Hello, Sergeant. Something I can do for you.
Hope so, Doc. I need a favour.
Really? What kind of favour?
It's a bit of a story.
All right, Sergeant. What's this all about?
I've got this friend, ex-army. Works at this big place down in Devon, on the edge of Dartmoor, one of those old houses with lots of grounds. It's called Troake House. He says there's something funny going on. I'm going down there tomorrow, and I was hoping you might come with me and find out what it is.
Something funny? Would you care to define what kind of funny?
Ghosts?
Ghosts?
He's a reliable witness, Doctor.
But ghosts?
Well, why not ghosts?
Oh, really, Joe? There's absolutely no reliable, independently verifiable scientific evidence of the existence of ghosts.
But he's definitely seen something odd, and his wife's seen it too, whatever it is. Look, I know Jenny. She's as level-headed as they come, believe me, but she's scared to death.
All right, then. Best you could do with a decent outing, so a run down to Devon could do very well. I suppose you want to come too, Joe?
You can't expect me to stay behind if you two are going off ghost hunting. What a magnificent house!
It certainly is the most impressive structure, Joe.
Look, there's Terry at the door. Hello, Tara. Good to see you. How's things?
Fine, JB. Just fine. Good to see you too. Been too long. Long time since I saw you in civvies too.
You be quiet or I'll show everyone a photo of the moustache you used to have. Joe, this is Terry. Tara, this is Joe Grant.
Terror?
Aye, that's what you used to call me when we trained together. And it stuck. I settled on JB for him, but I'd rather not tell you what I really used to call him.
Never mind that. Terry, this is the doctor. He's going to see if he can't work out what's going on here.
That makes you more than welcome, Doctor. I'll be honest, we're at our wits' end here, Jen and me. I hope you really can help.
I'll certainly do my best, Mr. Darch.
Well, let's get you inside then. Bet you could all do with a cuppa by now, couldn't you?
Here you are, Doctor.
Thank you. My compliments on a most excellent brew, Mrs. Darch.
Oh, call me Jenny, please.
Thank you. Well now, Terry, let's get down to business. Sergeant Benton tells me you maintain the grounds and Jenny's the housekeeper.
Aye, that's right. We got the jobs after, after I was invalided out of the army about 7 years ago. We've got our own part of the house here as a live-in flat.
Are there any other staff here?
No, just us. Sir Aldwin likes as much solitude as possible so he can concentrate on his work.
And what is his work?
He made his money in electronics, but when he retired, he had one of the cellars converted into a laboratory. Now he spends all of his time in it, doing what he calls research, and I call fiddling with gadgets.
Any idea what kind of research?
Not a clue. You'll have to ask him.
I see. Is he a good employer?
Oh, yes. We couldn't have been happier. Until all of this started, that is.
Yes. about that? What exactly is it you've been seeing?
Look, Doctor, I don't believe in ghosts, right? The dead stay dead. But there's something here. I don't know. Jen saw it first. Tell him what you saw, love.
It was about 6 months ago. On the first floor, there's a corridor that leads off the main hall. I was up there and I happened to look around and there was this thing standing at the other end of the corridor, right by the window.
What sort of thing?
I couldn't see it clearly, but it was as if it was blurred somehow. It was just a shape, but it wasn't solid. I could see the window and the wall through it.
You've never seen anything like it before?
Never. I was frightened stiff. Terry was out in the grounds somewhere, so I ran downstairs and told Sir Aldwin.
What did he say?
That I must have suffered some sort of temporal optical illusion caused by the way the light was coming through the window. Quite understandable and so on. Except that I didn't. I saw exactly what I've described. It was there and then it was gone, but I saw it.
And you've seen this phenomenon more than once, Benton says.
We both have. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what to make of a story to start with, but then it happened. And I saw it too. I went down to get Sir Aldwin. By the time he'd come up from the laboratory, it had vanished. He didn't try to explain it away the way he did with Jen, but he was still pretty sceptical.
But it has happened, and it keeps happening.
Aye, too often. She saw it again only this morning, up in one of the bedrooms.
I'm frightened, Doctor. Terry won't leave, but I'm reaching the end of my tether. Please help us.
It's all right, Jenny. I'd certainly like a chat with Sir Aldwin if he's available. I take it he knows you've invited us here.
Of course. And he said you could use the guest rooms for as long as you need to. The only thing is...
Let me guess. They're situated in that corridor on the first floor, aren't they?
Yes.
It sounds to me like the best possible place from which to conduct my investigation. You know, this really is excellent tea.
There, Doctor. That's where I first saw it.
Is it all right if I take a look at all these rooms?
Of course.
And you saw this thing only again this morning?
Yes.
You poor thing. It sounds horrible.
If your friend can't come up with an explanation, Terry can do what he likes. But I'm going to have to leave no matter what.
Jen, I told you, not going to run away.
Don't worry, you two. The doctor will sort this, you'll see. Look, he's coming back.
Yes, I see.
Well, Doctor?
Interesting. Very interesting.
Hang on, what's that? I can hear some kind of humming or buzzing.
Oh, that? Yeah, that'll be the noise that Sir Aldwin's machine makes when it's running. His lab's down in the cellar, but you can still hear it up here when it's quiet enough. You get so used to it, you can just tune it out in the end.
Well, I better go and tell him you've arrived. Dinner will be about an hour, and then you can meet Sir Aldwin for yourself. Come on, I'll show you all to your rooms.
An absolutely delicious meal as always, Jenny. Oh, thank you so much, my dear. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Sir Aldwin.
So, Doctor, what are you a doctor of? What do you specialise in? Many things, Sir Aldwin, including electronics. I understand that's always been your particular interest. Indeed, yes. It's a field in which there are so many applications to be made, so many ways in which life can be improved and enhanced. That's the one good thing about having had to retire. I've been able to return to my greatest enthusiasm, pure research. And what is it you're researching at present? Well, I'm very interested in the educational potential of holograms, you see. My goal is to be able to produce holograms in which you can peel off the layers, so to speak, so you can see not just the outside, but the inside as well. Imagine being able to show medical students not just the exterior of the body, but to peel away the skin to show the muscles or organs or nerves in any combination. All in a 3D recreation that they can walk around and study from all angles. Just think of the possibilities.
That sounds really useful.
So, let me get this straight. You could make a hologram of a bomb, say, And you could use it for, like, training people on how to defuse the real thing.
Once a soldier, always a soldier.
Well, that's one possible example. It would certainly be the working principle, anyway. Very interesting idea. Well, I'd certainly like to see your apparatus, if that's permissible. My dear chap, it'll be my pleasure. I have to confess I've hit one or two snags, but I think I'm on the right track now. Now tell me, Doctor, whatever it is that Jenny and Terry seem to have been seeing, do you think it's a ghost? If by ghost you mean a physical manifestation of the personality and appearance of a person who's died, but is subsequently supposed to continue to exist in some other place, then no. But if you're using the term as shorthand for an as yet unexplained visual or physical phenomenon, then I'll tolerate the use of the word ghost for that. But only until a more accurate description can be substituted. Then we think alike on that subject. In the meantime, can I just say this really is an exceptional port. You really must try this gorgonzola cheese, too. Really is very good indeed.
Terry, can I have a quick word in private?
Oh, aye, sure. Joe's helping Jenny clear away, and Sir Aldwin and the doctor are down in the laboratory. Why, what's up?
Look, I don't want to pry, but is everything all right with you two? Jenny seems a bit on edge.
I don't know what to do, JB. We've got good jobs here, a great place to live, a great employer. I don't want to just give up and run away. You know me. I've never been the sort to turn tail, and I'm not going to start now. But the way things are going, I might end up keeping my job, but losing Jenny.
Is it that bad?
It's getting that way, yeah.
Well, you can stop worrying. The doctor will sort this. He always does. It'll be all right. You'll see.
Joe, come and see Sir Aldwin's hollow generator.
A hollow generator? That's what it's called?
Well, that's what I call it. Needs some further tweaking, of course, but the doctor's been contributing some very helpful insights. I was just suggesting that Sir Aldwin try reversing the polarity. I told him that usually works for me.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
I have to confess, this brainchild of mine can be a bit temperamental, you know. I never leave it on unattended. Don't like to risk it. I'm sure. I must say I'm looking forward to a full demonstration. You're certainly using some very interesting frequencies. If you don't mind my asking, what are you using as your recording medium?
I have a feeling this conversation may get a little too technical for me, so if you don't mind, I think I'll go to bed.
Yes, of course, Joe. Good night, my dear.
Good night.
Now, for that demonstration. Good grief, that's Joe. Wait for me, Doctor. Just let me switch off and I'll be right behind you. Joe! Joe!
Joe, are you all right?
What's happened?
What's the matter with her, Doctor? Is she going to be all right?
I think so. Something evidently rendered her unconscious, but she's starting to come round. She's obviously had a severe shock. But what could have happened to her? There's nothing and no one here. I can see Terry and Jenny are thinking the same thing as I am.
Doctor, I'm not... The ghost! Doctor, I saw it! The ghost!
Steady on, Joe. Take it slowly and tell us exactly what happened.
I was going to my room, and then I saw a movement at the end of the corridor. I thought it was Jenny going into this room, but when I called out, there was no reply. And when I got here, the door was shut, so I opened it and turned on the light, and there it was!
All right, Joe. What exactly did you see?
It was just the shape, about as tall as me. It looked like someone wearing a huge cloak. It came right at me. I couldn't get out of the way.
You mean it struck you?
It didn't so much strike me as go through me. It was horrible, horrible and cold and wrong. I hope I never feel like that ever again.
Look, you needn't worry. I have the strongest possible feeling it won't be back again tonight.
All right, Doctor. I trust you.
Jenny, do you think some sort of calming hot drink might be rustled up?
Of course.
Why don't you go make her one of your special cocos? That'll do the job, Joe. They always work on me if I can't sleep.
Come on. Come and sit in the kitchen while I make it for you.
All right.
Now, gentlemen, I think we should all get a good night's sleep. Good morning, Joe. Did you sleep well?
Much better than I expected, thank you.
Jenny's special cocoa. Does the trick every time.
That's a strange-looking machine you're working on, Doctor. How did you get it here? It looks much too big to fit into Bessie's boot.
Well, perhaps Bessie's boot is bigger on the inside than the outside.
Doctor, do you think you're really going to be able to find out what's going on?
My dear fellow, I'm sure I shall. Whatever the explanation may turn out to be, I have every intention of finding out what it is.
All these dials and gauges, what does this thing really do?
Once I finish linking it all up and connected the scanners, it'll detect electrical and other types of field. I want to see what it registers if our mysterious visitor from last night decides to put in an appearance.
I'm still none the wiser.
Don't worry about it, Terror. Knowing the Doctor, I'll bet you anything you like that setup will detect everything you could possibly imagine, and probably quite a few things you couldn't.
A very perspicacious observation, Sergeant. There, that should do it. Now all we need is for Joe's little friend to pay us another call.
Hey, Joe, I see you're giving this lash up the same sort of look I've been giving it. I don't get it either.
It's a machine for detecting things.
Things like ghosts, you mean?
Top of the class, Joe. Things like ghosts.
Let's hope it works then.
Doctor, have you got a theory about what the machine might detect?
Two possible theories at the moment.
Doctor, look. There it is. It's here.
There's another one, coming out of the corridor.
Two of them! We've only ever seen one before.
Look, they're both turning this way.
Doctor, he can see us.
They certainly seem to be reacting to our presence.
They're coming this way.
Joe, get back! You too, Ted.
Doctor, that thing's only 2 steps away from us.
Yes, Sergeant, but I got to see what these readings say.
But what about Jenny? What if she just walks in with that thing there?
And what about Sir Aldwin?
Terry, what's going on?
Jen!
Jenny, get out of its way.
Look out, Benton! Whatever is going on?
Sergeant, Doctor, he's not dead, is he?
Of course not. He's made of tough stuff, our Sergeant Benton. He's taken something of a jolt, but no real harm. I should think he'll regain consciousness quite shortly. We had a visitor, Sir Aldwin. 2 of them, in fact.
Oh, why can't I never see these creatures for myself? They always vanish before I get to see them.
Yes, they do, don't they? I wonder why. And I wonder what their purpose is.
They were coming to attack us!
We don't know that. They may simply have been as curious about us as we are about them.
JP's out cold! Jen, where are you going?
Don't fuss, Terry. I'm all right. Getting a cushion to put under his head. Here you are, Doctor.
Thank you.
What happened to him?
He accidentally touched one of the creatures. Physical contact seems to trigger some sort of energy charge. But don't worry. Look, he's starting to come round already.
What hit me?
How are you feeling?
Like I've been arguing with a brick wall.
Actually, old chap, it was the marble floor.
One of those things touched you. It was like there was some sort of explosion. It threw you right across the floor.
That feels about right.
Let me give you a hand up.
Thanks, Doc. Hey, have they gone?
Yes, for the moment anyway.
Did your box of tricks come up with any answers?
Let's see what the readout says. Oh, no. My first thought was something had created a temporal connection between the Troake House of today and some time either in its past or its future. But this readout makes it plain that's not the answer.
And what is the answer?
That we're encountering an alternative branch of history. An alternative universe.
Are you quite serious, Doctor?
So you think that those creatures are from a different version of Earth?
Yes, and from an exact duplicate of Troake House.
Even if you are right about an alternate world, what's happened to make these creatures start appearing in the first place?
Something has weakened the walls between parallel universes. And that's why not only we can see those creatures, but apparently now they can see us too.
See us and attack us.
Now you listen to me. What happened to Benton might have been purely accidental. We don't know that their intentions are hostile.
I don't see that it makes any difference what their intentions are. The plain fact is, if they touch someone here, it does cause harm. It might even be potentially fatal next time. Somehow you've got to find a way to stop these creatures appearing, Doctor, before someone really gets hurt.
But why? I mean, that one Joe encountered last night passed right through her, but it didn't actually hurt her. Why should making contact now suddenly have such a different effect?
Yes. Well, I'm afraid I can't explain that at the moment.
The only thing that's different is that you got this machine of yours switched on and operating.
Of course. Why didn't I think of it before? Sir Aldwin, you've done it. You've got the answer.
I have?
Yes. In fact, you're the key to it. I've just realized there's been a pattern here all along. Every time the ghost appeared, you were downstairs running your machine. You told me last night that you'd never leave it switched on and unattended. So every time there's been an appearance, you've always switched it off before coming to investigate.
I come to think about it, you're right. But what possible connection can there be between that and the appearances?
Look, I don't know the details yet, but that hollow generator of yours, its output is evidently creating a weakness in the wall between the two universes.
But something must have changed, Doctor. Terry and Jenny have been seeing those things for months without anything like what happened to me happening to them.
I'm afraid I might be responsible for that with my machine here.
I thought you said that all that thing did was detect stuff.
It does. But I'm afraid it seems that the method it uses to do so might be interacting with the output from Sir Aldwin's hollow generator.
Like mixing potassium and water, you mean? Both harmless, unless you bring them together, then explosion.
Just so. When they're both operating, they're weakening the wall to the extent that physical contact becomes possible. But of course, this is all just a theory. We need to test it to be sure that really is what we're dealing with.
But won't that be dangerous?
Now listen to me. This is what I want you all to do. Right then. I think we're ready. I'm going to switch on.
Are you sure we really need to do this?
I'm afraid we do. We need to know whether these things are hostile or friendly. Well then, here goes. Turning on now!
Nothing's happening, Doctor.
Of course not. Sir Aldwin hasn't switched on the hollow generator yet, has he? Are you ready, Sir Aldwin?
Right ready, Doctor.
Very well. Then switch on.
Right, switching on. Now.
There's lots of them. They're everywhere.
Doctor, they've got us trapped. Jen, get behind me, quick.
No, Terry. They'll put you in danger.
Do what I say. It's my job to keep you safe. It's just what I'm going to do. Doctor, what do we do?
Benton, Sir Aldwin, turn the hollow generator off. Turn it off.
We can't. There are two of those things between us and the machine.
I can't get to mine either.
Doctor, there's another one blocking the door. We can't get out.
Doctor, what are they doing? What do they want?
They must have recognized that the walls between the universes have been weakened, and they're trying to get through. Listen, whatever or whoever you are, can you hear me? Can you speak? Look, I'm going to have to get to that switch.
Doctor, you mustn't.
I've got no choice, Joe.
Doctor, they've got...
Joe, stay back! The same thing will happen to you.
Doctor,
It's no good, JB. We're surrounded. We've only got seconds before they get us to.
What are we going to do, Sergeant?
Sir Aldwin, we've got to turn your hollow generator off and quickly.
But how? We're trapped just about as far away from it as we could be, and there's no way past those creatures.
Yes, there is. The benches around the edges of the lab. I'll get up on them, run around, then I can jump down behind your machine without those things being able to touch me. Which button turns it off?
That here, the one there. But it'll be on the side of the hollow generator facing away from you. When you try to get to it, that creature in front might be able to reach you.
Never mind that, sir. That's all I need to know.
Sergeant, watch out! The creature! It can reach you! It's going to touch you!
Creatures. They've disappeared.
But what happened?
I don't know, but they've gone. For good, I hope. You all right, Jen?
Yes, Terry. I'm all right. Thank you for keeping me safe.
I always will, Jen. I always will.
Doctor? Doctor!
It's all right, Joe. He's coming round.
Hello, Joe. I feel as if I've been stung by an enormous bee.
But you're all right, aren't you?
Both hearts in full working order. Well, I see our visitors decided to depart. What happened?
Your sergeant happened, Doctor. Don't worry, he's still rather groggy. He'll need to get all that soot and dust cleaned off, but basically he's all present and correct.
Are you really all right, Sergeant?
I will be. But I've wrecked Sir Aldwin's lab for him.
You certainly did, my dear chap.
What did he do?
Those creatures between us and the hollow generator. The sergeant managed to get behind them. They tried to stop him turning it off, but one of them touched it and...
Bang!
As you so rightly say, my dear fellow, bang.
You saved us all, Sergeant.
The doctor had more to do with it than I did.
Joe's right. You saved us.
I think what we all need now is a nice cup of tea. Come on, everyone. Follow me.
A nice cup of tea. The unfailing British remedy for all crises.
What were those things, Doctor? They weren't human, were they?
As far as I can tell, they seem to be part corporeal, part energy.
Do you think Terry was right, that they were hostile?
They certainly seem to behave that way. But they still might simply have been curious.
I suppose we're never going to know.
Hey, Look at Terry and Jenny cuddling away over there.
That's the first time I've seen them do that.
I'm so relieved. I thought they were in real trouble.
Perhaps those creatures did some good after all. Rekindling the spirit of a marriage. You were right after all, Joe. Spirits really do exist.
Okay, Doc, that's a lot. All your stuff loaded back into Bessie.
I think we better get going now. We've imposed on Sir Aldwin's hospitality quite long enough.
Absolute nonsense, my dear chap. Do feel free to visit again any time. Don't worry, I'm not going to resume work on my hollow generator. I don't want to risk destroying the walls between alternate universes again.
May I make a suggestion, Sir Aldwin? You might find it worth branching out into a different area of research. Digital communication, for example. It's in a fairly crude stage of development at the moment, but I think you might find there's potential for improved training techniques in that area. Eventually.
I'm a chap who apparently knows as much about time and the future as you seem to. It's a suggestion I might well take on board. Well, goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Sir Aldwin. Goodbye, Terry. Thank you, Jenny. Come along, Joe.
So long, Doctor. Hey, JB. Thanks, mate. You really came through for us. You and the Doctor. You didn't just save Troake House. You saved us, too. Jen and me.
We'll never be able to thank you enough.
So long, Terror. So long, Jenny. Look after yourselves.
Well, that's that. At least Terry and Jenny won't be seeing ghosts anymore.
Thanks to you, Doctor.
My dear fellow, don't mention it. A very diverting little expedition, which I'm most grateful to you. Took my mind off that wretched dematerialization circuit for a while at any rate. I don't suppose you happen to have any more friends with similar problems that need investigating by any chance?
Sorry, Doctor, you don't stand a chance of putting me through another experience like that again. In fact, you don't stand a ghost of a chance.
Doctor Who, The Troake Incursion. The Doctor, as portrayed by Jon Pertwee, was played by Wink Taylor. Joe Grant, as portrayed by Katie Manning, was played by Wendy Abrahams. Sergeant John Benton, as portrayed by John Levine, was played by Wink Taylor. Terry Darch was played by J.D. Kelly. Jenny Darch was played by Wendy Abrahams. Sir Aldwin Troake was played by Wink Taylor. Continuity announcements by J.D. Kelly. Script by Deborah Latham. Sound design, music, editing and recording by Alexander White of Arpeggio Creative Studios. Directed and produced by Wink Taylor.